My name.
Problem. Then what did she do for you?
So that's the beauty of it. I don't actually know. And she just behind the scenes took care of it. And that's my story, but that's how Judge.
Hi, my name is J. Nathan Bland, and I'm a U.S. Foreign Service Officer, otherwise known as a diplomat.
Look who's here, Gerald Storch, our retail guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Claim.
She's really buys quality, and I saw hers and I bought Mrs. W one for our kitchen. You may have seen it in previous videos. Of course, that's not made in America. Haven on our front to back is critical because you don't want to fight it the rest of your life. Whenever you put something round on there like a socket, it rolling on the ground, it just wears you out. So if anything, have it go a little bit to the inside. So if something does move, at least it goes to the inside and not on the floor. All right, that's our first cleat on, perfectly level. I'm only going to put 2 bolts on there because when I looked on the inside of this the cage there, there's a double reinforced. It's double thick to hold those, support those louvers on those heavy shelves. So it almost acts like a steel leg on here. So I put one right in the center here and one over there, and that will transfer that weight down. So that'd be plenty strong. These are the screws that we'll use from the bottom. We'll need 6 of these. These are GRKs. GRKs are probably some of my favorite screws. They are really high quality. They have a nice coating on them. They actually look really nice too if you have to leave them exposed. When I installed the cabinets at the last house, when I've screwed the cabinets together, I used these and they look nice and clean. They almost have kind of a built-in washer to them. Boy, that maple is hard. Let's see how we did for level. Hard to beat that. I've been stewing about this vise placement. You know, it's not ideal to have a vise right next to a wall like this, right? Because it really limits you where you can get to it. But this is not the vise for that, right? This is what we have. This is going to be more for dealing with stuff working. I like to work to the right. So what I thought, since we have a 6-foot bench, what I thought here is I'm going to put this vise so that if I had something that was 5 feet long, it wouldn't interfere. I could have a full, smooth leading edge right here. I don't know why. I just thought, you know, things come in 1-foot increments in the States, so That would be pretty common. All right, guys, here's what I settle on for right or for wrong. I realize that there might be times where a guy wants to work directly over top of the vise, like right in the center, maybe doing some detail work. And if I had it over here another 6 inches, I didn't have room to work over it that way. I would have been bumping into the cabinet. So I went to 5 foot to the center line of the screw. Now if I need to work directly right over top of the vise, I can comfortably, this is my comfortable position right here. I'm not, the cabinet's not in the way of my knee. Don't forget, when you're mounting your vise, when you're thinking of that depth, make sure you take something, clamp it in the jaws, and make sure that there's no conflict with the bench, right? Because you want to have something long that runs clear down to the floor that you want to grip. You don't want this vise so far back that it hits the table. Here the vise is in conflict with the drill. It's not going to drill a straight hole. So you can just remove the vise from the base. That looks good, nice clean hole. Now to mount this down, I'm going to be using grade 5 1/2-inch bolts by 3.5 in length. We can put this in here. I like to, these drill bits will wander a little bit, so if you can put your bolt in before you tighten it, cinch it down a little bit before you drill your next hole, it seems to hold that base from walking just a little bit. It does seem to help. Well, what do you think, guys? That turned out nice. Not too shabby for a $300 eBay vise, huh? That was an amazing find. So how much do I have into the whole thing? Okay, we can add it up roughly. So we've got $300 with the shipping and everything. It's like $350 for the vise, somewhere around there. About $300 for the Boost tabletop. I got that on Amazon. I've got, let's say, 150 in steel, including the big heavy 42-pound anvil over there. So we got, what, 650, 758, another 50 for hardware. So about $900 or so. That includes steel, the vise, the bolts, hardware, and a full booze butcher block countertop. Pretty good, huh? I mean, that's I think that's more than fair. So just to give you a little idea, in case it wasn't clear before, this post is going to be what's mounted underneath this vise. That's why those bolts are sticking down there a little bit too far, and we can trim those as need be, but we got to remember we've got a 1/4-inch steel plate that's going to go under there too. That's going to take up some, so we'll trim them off if we have to. So next up, I'll pick up, this is a on the top, making it really strong. So and such, we'll have a rock solid mount there. And if you need
All right, Larry Kudlow is with us. I think, Larry, I think you're all mic'd up, ready to go. Yes, sir, he is. I want to talk to you about the stimulus because it's the subject of the day, and I know you want to talk about it. The president wants to go up from 1.8 trillion. Mitch McConnell says, no, can't sell that to Republicans, and Speaker Pelosi's having nothing to do with it. So it occurs to me that the chances of getting a really big stimulus package before the election are slim and none. What say you?
Well, look, I don't want to conclude anything. I was on the phone with Secretary Mnuchin for a while last evening talking about it. He was on the phone with the Speaker for 90 minutes. But the important point here is you only got, what did you say, 18 days.
Yes.
So even if you made a deal, it would be almost impossible to execute. Maybe some of it could be executed, but you certainly couldn't get a grand, large deal. I mean, here's just one thought, Stuart. There's over $300 billion that is unspent from the prior rescue package. Okay? $300 billion plus. Now, that money could be going into unemployment assistance. We had an executive order, but it's not going to last forever.
Well,
that money could be going into PPP